Hi everybody, my name is Andrea of Makadrez.com. Today I am sitting here with Farley Toussaint. So Farley Toussaint is the owner of a digital marketing agency named after him,
Digital.
Farley Digital. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful.
So tell us a little bit more about Farley Digital and what exactly do you do at Farley Digital?
We specialize in social media marketing. So that's mainly what we do. So we do content, we do management, and we come up with the ideas that you need for commercials and stuff. But mainly we're deeply rooted in social media.
Social media?
Yes.
So you say social media marketing. What exactly do you do with social media? Do you do the posting? Do you do the stories? Do you actually create a voice for the brand? What exactly do you do?
Yeah, the main thing is the story. Everything else comes
But when you say
after.
story, define that, because most of the time when you think about story, you think about Insta stories. So define exactly what you mean by story.
Like, well, when we mean by stories, we mean like the whole entire brand itself, like the components in itself, like what platform we use, like the stories and stuff like that. That's one part, but we want to tell the brand or the company's whole entire story, because most people, when they go online, they don't know how to make themselves seem real. You know, a lot of people don't know how to authenticate themselves online. So that's where we come in. We come in and we bring that zest.
So how did you get into that? Because interestingly, you have a very, very unique background prior to getting into this digital world. You were in the military?
Yes, I was.
You were a rapper once upon a time?
Yes, I was.
So how exactly did you decide I want to do digital marketing from doing all of that?
Well, Farley Digital came about with after I did my second album. After I did my second album.
You had 2 albums?
Yes, I have 2 albums.
Nice.
I have 2 albums. I only have 1 on my website, but I'm gonna add the second one. But it's on Spotify. So I took a break, but I ended up making about 40 songs. Made 40 songs. I put out, I think, 6 on one and then 8 on the other. So
I heard one with the 6 on it.
Yeah,
that one was a dope album. It was good.
But Farley Digital kind of came about. It really came about by accident. It came about by accident because after I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do, because my degree when I came back, my degree was marketing.
Oh, okay.
My degree was marketing because I was like, if I'm gonna get in the music industry, or if I'm gonna do anything in any type of business, I need to learn how to sell. That was my first.
It's true.
That is
actually a very, very good note to take on everything.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to learn how to sell, because selling is important, and I need to learn how to market myself. I knew, because the album cover I did by myself. All my album covers, I was always in charge of everything, even the website design. If you watch the video, I directed the video on how I wanted the scenes to be shot. I just didn't know how to shoot them. But in terms of the vision, the visuals, I knew what I wanted. And so I was always a creative director. I just didn't know what the hell that was called at the time. So, and
what made you finish? Because usually when people start in music, it's because it's their love. So was music your love when you started working in it? Or was it something that you kind of just did because you thought it's something you could do, basically?
No, don't get me wrong. Music was a very big passion. Music has always been a passion. I still get, I still have moments where I'll find a sample, or I'll find this dope song, and I just want to rush to the studio and just finish it. So music was always going to be a part of me, but I put the whole music thing really in the back burner because I was investing so much money into it, and I did not know how to market myself. So it's like, okay, I'm putting this money into music and stuff like that, but I'm not getting the right output that I want.
When you say market yourself, do you mean, because right now Farley Digital is solely focused on social. building different businesses' social presence. Do you mean market yourself as far as market yourself on social media, or market yourself period across how to sell your products, how to gain clients, how to do all of
Absolutely.
that?
That was really the problem. I didn't know how to sell myself. I didn't know how to become a household brand and stuff like that. So I was just like, well, shoot, I'm not going to keep investing my money. And then I'll also, because, you know, there was a lot of components to music. It's not just, oh, you could rap or you could sing. It's also the fact that you have to know how to network. You have to know how to perform. Not all artists know how to perform. Not all artists have stage presence. So you have to learn that. Plus you have to learn how to use social media, how to rap off top, you know. So there was so many components. I was just like, yeah, okay. And at the time, certain parts of my life was really saying, yo, Farley, you need to really make money right now. Music is still a 2 to 3 year window before you're gonna see a result. Right now, you don't have that time. So at the time, you know, and there was a lot of situations that I can't really get into too deep, but there was a lot of personal reform. And then at the same time, I just started hanging out with my business partner, who we went to high school together, and he was doing videos. So I was just working with him on the side, you know, like it kind of happened accidentally. I went to this restaurant, it's called Suede by my house, and he was shooting a video, and the next thing you know, he's like, yeah, I just went, hey man, you need a ride back home? He's like, yeah, actually I do. And then we just started clicking from there, and then he just was like, yo, I need to hit you up anyway, man. Yo, fuck with the team, this and the third. And so my partner's name is Chief Williams, by the way. And so from there, we just started working with one another. We started doing videos and stuff like that. So that's how I started getting more into being marketing and more into advising, because I was still the fly in the wall. But the only difference was the second time around, people actually was listening. So I would talk to artists, I would talk to people, and they would actually go, you know what, you're right. So that's when I started realizing, okay, well, I do have... Well, it wasn't that what I was saying was wrong, it's just the people weren't listening. So sometimes you got to go into a different environment and to see a different perspective.
What kind of services do you offer your clients? Because I know you said your partner does video. You, from experience, you learn how to do social. So what different services do you offer your clients?
Right now we offer video marketing. We offer video and pictures.
When you say video marketing, define that.
Like we do shorts. We do short commercials, 30 seconds to 60-second commercials online for Instagram and for Facebook. We do that, and also we do marketing, posting, and scheduling. So, and then on top of that, we do a little bit of copywriting in terms of like writing content and stuff like that. So we can also do articles, but we mainly focus on the story. So video and photography, pictures are worth 1,000 words. So capturing the right picture, capturing the right video does a lot. And you know, me, I've dedicated myself for 2019 to just editing. So now I'm in the back behind the scenes, and we do editing as well. So that's a big portion
When
of
you
it.
say editing, what exactly do you
Video
edit?
editing and Photoshop.
Okay.
And also we do YouTube series. So if you come to us and you would like to start a YouTube series, depending on the budget, of course, and depending if we like the idea, because we cannot take everybody's idea, unfortunately.
No, it's true. It's true.
But if you want to do YouTube, which has now become a big portion of what we do, because a lot of people want to do more lives like these type of shows. So now we've really added that heavily in the last couple of months. So we've had 4 or 5 different people come say, hey, Farley, we're looking to do that. And my job is really to make sure the flow is good, make sure the questions that the person's asking, not being afraid of the camera. So you're like you're almost like a parent to some of these people when they come in, because some of them never been on camera before. So that has really, YouTube has become something major for us in the last couple of months.
When you say this year, exactly when in 2017 did you start your company?
I started in September.
Oh, so basically 2018 was really when you grounded yourself and got the footwork done.
Yes, because it was like 4 months into 2017, which is fine. But I realized that 2018 was a planting year in terms of like I had to put the seeds out there. There was a lot of work. There was a lot of work that I had to put. And that's the thing. Like now I know the numbers. Like when you start a business or you start any endeavor, you know, they just use like cliches like hard work or it's difficult or
I hate those cliches.
The number one thing I realized that changed for me is actually knowing the numbers. That was probably the biggest transformation for me. Like I know now, like, yo, you gotta be here for at least 10 hours. Like you gotta put in your 10 hours. You know, you're 10 hours, 6 days a week. This is an entrepreneurial lifestyle. It's 10 hours, 6 days a week, at least minimum.
6 days, it's every day. When you're sleeping, you think about it. Like
Of
I always
course,
say, if you go to sleep thinking about it, you wake up thinking about it, that's what you should be doing.
But that's what I'm saying. I said at least. I didn't say you couldn't think about it afterwards and stuff like that.
No, but I mean put in the hours.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people don't know the hours. So a lot of people, when they come into the entrepreneurial lifestyle, because I'll be honest, I didn't know the hours.
So what did you think the hours were?
I knew it was gonna be hard, but I just didn't know the numbers. Like when you figure out the numbers, then everything starts to click. Like it literally just starts to click because the numbers make sense after a while. Like it just does, because yes, we're philosophical, but we're also analytical. So once you analyze the numbers that you gotta put, and you say, yo, okay, I know why this is failing because I'm not putting enough hours. And I think a lot of people, they're cool with 40 hours. I'm not cool with 40 hours a week. I feel like 40 hours a week is underperformance if you're trying to get your dreams out here. You gotta, I wish there was more hours in a day. I wish there was more hours in a day, yes. Because I would be putting in more work. And for me, you learn through your work, and to the point where work becomes zen for you. It becomes meditation for you. And you start becoming, the deeper you get into it, the more creative you become. The more creative you become, the more you start seeing things that other people don't see. You know, and like for me, the number one thing is when someone comes to me, you got to be relaxed. I'm big on zen. I'm big on relaxation. I'm big on that. The other question is, if I wasn't getting paid, could I do this? And the answer is absolutely yes. You know, when I see, you know, because I started doing free consultations towards the end, you know, because I had a moment where I had a couple of clients, I was managing their accounts, and I was like, this is not really working. Me and you, we're not getting the results. I have to rebrand this.
I like that. If I'm not getting paid, would I do this? I like that.
Oh, absolutely. Because once I started getting the process and I started changing up things, like you said, like I don't want to get on what we said behind the scenes, but one of the things that I got adhered to was the fact that I realized that there are people who are taking notice of what I'm doing. I just don't know. And then when you approached me online and stuff, you was like, hey, I really like what you're doing. That's the third. I'm just like, oh, okay. So our first meeting was I was really taken aback. I was like, wow, she really knows her stuff about me. Wow. You know, it's
called research. You have to do research before you meet somebody.
Yeah, but you really went to the point where I'm like, oh, okay. People do take notice of what I'm doing. I am doing the right thing.
So who have you worked with? Or who do you have in your client roster right now?
client, like in terms of, right now we don't have no managerial clients, but in terms of like video marketing, we've worked with.
You could say just industries, different
We've
clients
worked with.
in different
We've
industries.
worked with a lot of restaurant and events. We've done a lot of events and restaurants.
Nice.
We've done a lot of events and restaurants, and well, right now there's a couple of. I can't say on the table. I can't say the deals that we have on the table, but we are. I just got word that a couple of nonprofits are interested in our services.
Beautiful.
But I unfortunately.
Congratulations. That's good.
Yes, but it literally happened like 2 days ago. One of my friends called me up. He's like, "Hey, we got a situation. Could you help?" And then next, it's like, "All right, yes, but this is what's going to have to go down." And so now we're in the process.
Nice.
But yeah, but mainly restaurants. We've done a lot of work with restaurants. And
The
events.
reason I asked is because you keep saying that this year we did a lot. We've done a lot. So what I'm trying to get to is, what have you done this year? Because you kept saying over and over again before, we did a lot this year. The
thing was, it was like this. When I sat back, I really didn't think I did this. I did a lot this year. 2018, to me, 2018 felt like a loss because, like, in terms of what I was doing personally, like, because I mainly was focusing on the managerial side of things. But in terms of like me being out on the field, like we was doing music videos, we was doing YouTube shorts and YouTube videos, we was doing weddings. So it was just like, it was like all these things. Plus I have an intern. So I also doing mentorship and consultations for a lot of, so right now I got like about 3 or 4 people that I'm mentoring business-wise that I'm helping out. So I also have like, I got students now. So it's like, when did this come from? But I'm not thinking like that because, the profit margin that I was looking for, the profit margin I was looking to gain, it didn't come yet. So that was the only thing I was focused on. I was like, man, I wasn't doing that. And then now I got about like four students now.
So what has been the biggest lesson you've learned this year?
Stick to your guns and work harder. Stick to your guns and work harder.
Simple.
It's just that, and be still. And it's a Psalms verse. It says, "Be still and know that I'm God." Every time I hear that verse, I understand what I say. I always look at trees. Trees are the best examples. If you're talking about things that have pure willpower and pure determination, look at a tree. A tree has to grow. A tree has to grow. And not only does it have to grow, it has to grow under circumstances that no one else on the planet has. It has to grow underneath concrete. It has to break barriers daily. It doesn't have the option of saying, today I don't want to fight. Today I don't want to be great. Today I don't want things done. It has to do that daily. A tree has to give oxygen daily. To the point where the tree cracks the concrete to get its way. And
I like that analogy.
And it goes and it pushes forward. Because the thing is though, what makes a tree so scary is how deeply rooted it is.
And it started from a little seed.
And if it did not grow, if it did not continue to grow, it would shatter. Because there's so many things that happen to a tree. The wind, snow, fall, rain, all these things that we take for granted, the tree deals with. The tree don't have no goddamn blanket.
True.
Because if the tree has to deal with that every day, imagine us. Imagine if we act like trees. We break barriers. Whenever times get hard, the tree gets harder. Whenever times get hard for us, are we going to get better or are we going to get worse? Because if we become worse, then we're not going to be here much longer. The strongest survive, not the weak. Unfortunately, some of us feel like, and that's the big, and that's where, for me, that's where like entrepreneurship comes heavy. In everything you do, you need money. Here's the thing with a job. The job most jobs have caps.
And on top of money, you need the network, you
Absolutely.
need everything.
You need money, you need network, you need all that. Most jobs have caps. Most jobs, we have caps. And most jobs, due to the color of your skin, they will put a limit on your success. And not only your color of skin, your sex as well. So if you're a male, a black female, that could merit you going on to the next level as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really even the playing field from within. You have to go from outside. I can't make the building bigger from in here. You know what I'm saying? I have to go outside and go next to the building to make a building bigger than this.
Yeah.
You know, so what I should have been more.
You technically can make the building bigger from inside. Because when you build a bigger building, you build on top of the building.
You could.
They build on top of the building.
But if it's not your building, would they let you?
Oh, different story.
Exactly. Now, if it's your building, of course, if you're building, you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if it's not your building and you need to grow and you outgrown it.
You have to leave the building to find another building that you can grow.
So the only way to bring economic empowerment, economic growth is literally through business and entrepreneurship. You know, and you know, another thing is we have to change the narrative. We have to change the narrative. How do we
take our narrative back?
Exactly. You have to take your narrative back. And it's not enough for you to just be like, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I just work in corporate field. No. You have to back things. You have to be a part of bigger than just, oh, well, you know, I got this nice Benz that I'm shitting on niggas with. You know what I'm saying? It's more than that. Or it's more than, oh, I got kids, so I'm not gonna try to get better. You know, we have the amount of work for a black person to make it in our society is always going to be 2 to 3 or even 4 times. So yes, we could be making six figures.
But there's so much work to maintain.
Not only that, here's the thing: we could be making 6 figures and still not be on the level of a white person making 6 figures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. Okay, you make 6 figures, yes, but where do you have to go to? Where do your kids have to go to school now? Their suburbs. You see what I'm saying? Their education, their everything. Because you don't have a suburbs of your own. Yeah, there is a couple. I'm not gonna sit here and say no, there's not a couple of black suburbs. But you have to go, you make the money, you have to go to their community. But him as a white person, he could be making $50,000.
He's not coming to your community.
And he's not coming to your community, and he can live in that community and be good and still grow.
And once they see them come, it's just like New York right now with gentrification. Once they see them come into certain communities,
so
everybody eyes open, for more money, and things go up. Prices go up and moving out people that's in the current community to bring them more into that community.
So Andrea, yes, you are absolutely correct.
What I want to know is if anybody's interested in your services, they want to connect with you, they want to know what's going on Farley Digital, how could you help my company, where can they connect with you at?
They connect with me through social media. They can also connect with me on my website, www.farleydigital.nyc. LinkedIn, you can connect with me on Farley Toussaint on LinkedIn. My Gmail is farleydigitalnyc@gmail.com. So I don't know if I got all the bases, but yeah.
I think you covered it all.
I think I did.
But in anything you didn't catch what he said, it will be below below. Look below and you'll see all the information to connect with Farley below.
That would be wonderful.
Yes.
And we can talk. I usually start with a free consultation. I try to provide that for anybody because, I usually start with a free consultation because I don't really necessarily know if I can help you or not. So
that's actually really good.
Yeah, because
some people will take your money and they don't know what you're talking about.
No, but I much rather. I feel like if you need me, yes. If you don't need me, no. I need you just as much as you need me.
Right.
And if you don't need me, I'm not gonna lie to you and sit here and. Some people will, but I can't. because it doesn't make sense to waste your time nor mine. And the money you give me wouldn't be worth it.
Beautiful. Well, my name is Andrea of Makadrez.com. We just sat with Farley Toussaint, the owner of Farley Digital. Definitely check us out every Tuesday for a new episode. And remember to take back your narrative.